Oh, more hills. Okay, where was I? Time. You know, my whole life I've been hearing about the mark of the beast. Can't help but to wonder if that is the cell phone. We're having a bit of a disagreement. I want to get rid of my cell phone. I'm trying to go back to a completely analog life where our car's analog and we're looking for something a little bigger and better. Maybe a Lexus or a Toyota or something like that. And we bought the BCC because it's completely analog, gorgeous, well built. Things are 1 in a million. They can be a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. The videos I shoot, the photography I do, while I'm going to stick with digital, I much prefer the format of APS-C. The iPhone's easy, you push a button. Filming on it right now, I don't have any of the fancy stuff. Kimchi wants me at her beck and call 24 hours a day. She thinks I'll die without my phone. I'll get lost, I can't call an emergency, something like that, which is probably true, but still no reason not, oh God, it turns. Still not a reason to go without. This trail's a little sketch with one hand. Lots of weird stuff. The baby hill, I'm tired. She started all this. She got me a little art toolkit to start water painting instead of surfing the net or YouTube or whatever. And well, I'm a sucky artist. I find that I enjoy photographing the little palettes that I use when I'm done for mixing the paints. They're actually quite beautiful. And so I'm still being creative and I'm still staying off my phone. It's always something. And she's promised me when we go to this little beach house we got that I can stay out of public for 1 full year. No visitors, not going anywhere, not going to America. I'm gonna sit on that beach and I'm gonna chop wood and I'm gonna draw pictures with my watercolors, ride my bikes, play with my dog. I just sold my beach ukulele, which is weird because I loved that thing so much. But it's hard, I go back and forth between my big professional tenor and just custom and kind of on the higher end of anything in the ukulele realm. And then I had a little $300 ponokalele, maybe it's a little more than that. Wonderful ukulele, but this wanted a little more, and the mango was just a touch too warm for me. And so I will find another beach uke because I'm going to be sitting on a beach for a year writing songs about nothing, can't sing, can't play, but I'm going to do it anyways. And this is part of our rebellion and the late stages of life is buying old used things, disconnecting from the system, not engaging in the system, not worrying about the rest of the world, opening our eyes, looking what's in front of us, and living authentically in that vision that we have. And a lot of people say it's selfish and we need to get out, protest and vote, fight for every cause that quite frankly we just don't give a shit about. We need to eat and sleep and have roofs over our heads. Those are the main things for us. And so my arm's getting tired. This is hard to do. No hands, hold on, I can't do it. I'm too old to ride no hands, I'm losing. All my balance is gone, my coordination. It's very awkward getting old. At 52, I was a marathon runner. I could get on my bike and ride 100 miles a day without batting an eye. At 58, if it's more than 5 miles, I'm like, maybe I should bring something in case I need a nap halfway through. Balance is gone. Just fall over for an hour. Kimchi fell over the other day. She had her first fall. I think I've had a couple, but I think mine are kind of more until I'm on the skateboard or just doing stupid crap. But it's a weird place to be, and I don't like it. No matter how hard I work out, I can't gain muscle, and every time I start to, then I get hurt, and then I'm off it, and I lose it all. And so anyways, this is our weirdo life. We're going back to 1980. And that's where we want to end up at with, except for film photography. We'll stay with digital because I thoroughly enjoy digital photography. I was probably one of the last holdouts to convert over from film. I'm never going back. I gave my Leica away a couple years ago, which was just the biggest part of my life. I can't even tell you how many thousands of rolls of whatever. I can't even remember what kind of film I used. Some kind of black and white shit. Never ran a single color frame through that camera. Everything was black and white. And so going to simplicity, trying to not have things that use as much electricity, live more of our time by natural light, get up earlier, go to sleep earlier, shit like that. I had to quick buzz down to the beach. I've got a little Cape George sailing dinghy. For the life of me, I cannot remember what it's called. It's a 7-foot scarab. I don't know. 7 feet 4 inches, I believe. It's neat. The flotation is in the floor, so it has it's a lap strike. It has a nice flat insulated floor. If you have a dog, your dog will freeze to death in the dinghy unless you put things down. And because this is insulated, it keeps her nice and comfy. We still throw something for her, but not necessary. And then it's got a little sailing rig. Got it for Kimchi to learn how to sail a dink. And trying to figure out what beach to put it on for the rest of the season. We're just jostling our stuff all over the place, and it's, this is too much. Well, hold on. I had to switch arms. I couldn't handle it. Oh my gosh. I'm such a wussy. Okay, where was I? Rambling. The ramblings of a lunatic. Analog life. Simple, easy, intentional. I got Kimchi a whole new set of cookware. She loves to cook. And because we've been so mobile, we're always using other people's stuff. And so we got the complete set of green pan and chef's knives. And we found this old silverware in one of the Airbnbs we were living in, and we loved it. And so we bought a whole set. We got that and just all sorts of neat stuff. Which, you know, I've got my bikes and my tools or my cameras or whatever. Kimchi just has her piano and her cookware. So it's nice to settle in for what we think is going to be quite some time and get her all the good stuff that she's been living without and let her kind of cook to her heart's content. I always have to do the dishes, which sucks. I hate doing dishes, but I love eating her food, and I'm not allowed to cook anything in the kitchen. Every dish we have is chipped or broken because I'm always dropping things. I reach for it and it slips out of my hand. You can't quite see. I've been putting as many miles on the big bike as I can before I put it in storage. It takes analog even a little bit further. No gears. It's very simple. There's no carbon. Everything is steel. A little aluminum, but mostly titanium and steel. And I built the whole thing, sort of. I bought a bike, and I think I've had it 2 or 3 years. I've replaced every single thing on it except for the brakes and the wheels. And so it's very custom for me and the things I like and the way I like to ride. I'll stop in the park somewhere and talk about why I, for the most part, don't use my local bike shop anymore. And, you know, I always went there and paid the toll to support them, keep them convenient, local, and in business. But over the years, service is going down, and it's just almost like most people don't care anymore. We got one great guy left, and that's it. And all the other places I won't go to. So now I do everything myself, and brakes and wheels will come when I'm ready. I still don't know exactly what I want, and it's a process. The bike's perfect the way it is. something about the rotational mass on these tires. I don't know what it is. 27.5 for me is such a pleasant diameter. It's fast, it's efficient, it's stable, but it's still small enough to flick around and have tons of fun with. I'm filming and everybody thinks I'm so weird. I feel like I'm so weird. Hold on a second. So there goes our mail, if you can see it. Yep. And down to America. It brings us our snacks and our treats and our bike parts. And so I am heading back. These days, I can only put about 30 miles at a time on the bike. 30 minutes before I start to get a little dizzy in the head and off base. And that's kind of the thing I've been dealing with. And so this is my first of 3 short rides today. I'll go recoup and then I'll do it again. And this is a nice, slow, single speed, big ring, easy pushing. And then when I get the neutrino out, I will be hauling ass. I do the trails on this bike. I do the trails on the neutrino, but I also try and err towards going into traffic whenever I can. It's just my thing. I was a bicycle messenger about 30 years ago in Honolulu. And something about that made me fall in love with riding like a bat out of hell in traffic. I'm probably the worst person on earth to go into traffic with double vision. But I had it then, and I have it now. And any time where I can get into it, I am. It's one of those things I'll never be able to shake from my system. I admit it's stupid, but something that I thoroughly enjoy. Okay, that's it. Oh, more hills. Okay, where was I? Time. You know, my whole life I've been hearing about the mark of the beast. Can't help but to wonder if that is the cell phone. I know many people pay for it. The amount of time it extricates from our lives. Shopping, surfing, dumb crap, filming like I'm right now. It's got some conveniences. Nobody can steal anything from you. You choose to give it away, and you give it away freely. And I think that's where we got a little caught up in technology over the last 20 years, and we're ready to step off that train and go back to a complete analog life. My ride is done, sort of, and I think I'm gonna go post this. And Jesus, let people mull it over. I don't think I'm gonna make it up the hill with one hand. Gotta go. Have a good weekend. Good morning. How are you? Good morning.
Morning.
How are you? Hello.